Hey, Nation, Harry back with Marvin B of Podnuts Pro. Did I get that right? Is that
You
your
did.
brand?
You
All
did.
right,
Well,
sir.
it's not my brand, but it's the show.
It's the show. There we go. So coming to us from sunny Florida. First of all, how you doing? I mean, are you well? I have to ask everybody, you healthy?
Yep, still doing well. Haven't really, you know, been in anybody's, personal space lately, so still
Yep.
masking up down here and
Oh yeah.
we're good. How about you?
Okay. Well, I'm doing good. As I told you during rehearsal, I made the move from the tech forest, Silicon Forest of Seattle to the Silicon, I don't know what you called Austin, Texas. Must have a nickname, but made the move. And Marvin, the point is, I was very careful. I stuck to myself and my Penske truck. Uh, Double mask, hand cleaner, stayed at nice hotels. I mean, just really took the extra effort
So
to.
no Motel 6
Like,
along the way?
oh no, I was Embassy Suites is kind of my favorite. I like a suite with a living room and then a room, but that's not why we're here, sir. We're here to talk March Madness and not the virtual basketball tournament or whatever they're doing. But you have a little March Madness going on with a marketing series. So talk to me. What's going on over in your realm?
Yeah, so I decided that it was time for us to put a focus on marketing. And from my perspective, most people know me as No Marketing Marv. I've had my business now 24 years, and I have done very little in terms of marketing. Most of my
Yep.
business has been through referral, word of mouth, and I've got a small segment of the legal industry that basically I can kind of move about and get referrals and attorneys talk and that sort of stuff. So I've never done much in terms of putting out my brand or putting out, what everybody does with flyers and canvassing. And I've taken a slow growth type of approach. But I know that a lot of MSPs and a lot of tech companies and shops, they're looking to grow and they're looking to grow fast and they're trying to figure out what is the right way to do it. So I figured I'd do a entire series through the month of March calling No Marketing Marv Presents. And I've got several marketing experts in the industry that we're going to come on and talk about what do you need to know to grow the business and what's working right now, what's hot, what's still, is relevant from the old days, from those of us that are used to doing flyers and papers and that sort of
Yeah.
thing to the
Yeah.
new digital, age of marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I found, and by the way, let me express my thought and then maybe you can tell us about who some of your guests are. But what's interesting about marketing other than marketing 101 and everything we all know already, but in an economic downturn, I learned this very early in my career. I was not to date myself, but I was just finishing college in Denver, an oil region. And there was an oil bust, okay? And again, I won't say the decade or the century, but there was an oil bust. That industry is always doing that. And so, you have your 2, 3 year dip and then you have good times. And that's the nature of natural resources. And what I saw, and by the way, the dip was caused because Prudhoe Bay came online and flooded the market with oil. And so what I saw was companies that invested in marketing in a recession got more real estate, it was a land grab, right? It's actually a really good time to invest in marketing because your competitors may be hurting for certain and they can't invest in marketing. And so one example I recall was in the grocery store business, and this was actually back up in Alaska, but Carr Godstein, now acquired by Safeway, but they invested forward into the Alaska recession, the oil glut, and grabbed market share. And Marvin, they're probably groceries are a stable and they never really go up very much or down because you eat about the same 2,500 calories a day, right?
Right.
Good or bad.
Well, we're supposed to.
Yeah. And sometimes a little more when times are good. But for them to just get an incremental increase in market share in a really stable market, that's how it works in a recession, if that makes sense. Invest forward.
Yeah.
So with that said, who are some of your guests?
So we've already kicked off one of the shows with one of your friends, Jennifer Fields from
Oh,
Aztec
yeah.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Had her on and we kind of hit all of the corners as to, what MSPs should do. I have a guest, Matt Rodella, from a company called Tech Marketing Engine. Okay. And he's got a business that started as kind of a website design place for managed service providers, IT shops, to kind of automate their website. And he's kind of moved into a lot of the digital marketing, helping people with their newsletters and their digital content and that sort of thing. And then we also have two powerhouses. When you talk about larger companies, we have Dave Scott from Scott Digital Marketing and Chris Weiser from Seven Figure MSP.
Yeah, Chris.
So we're gonna hit all levels here, small and large companies.
Yeah. I'll ask you this, and then I'll let you run for this visit. But we've dabbled over the years with trying to help SMB Nation community members market better. We tested and then withdrew a marketing service. Okay, it for us, it's just not what we do. But I'm an entrepreneur. I'll try anything, and I'll even talk to anybody. And so it was your basic, we're going to do your newsletter. We're going to do your tweets. We're going to do your Facebook. We're going to do your LinkedIn. We're going to do your Hootsuite. We're going to do this, that, and the other. And we're going to charge you money. And what we found was there's just some of our audience members that don't get it when it comes to marketing, to your point, and present company accepted, but maybe they've grown by referral. And there's a lot of that. And then the other thing was they didn't want to pay. And, Marvin, when we looked at the hours we had to put in, I mean, everybody should make money, right? We need to make a little money. We want you to make a lot of money. We hit resistance on paying for marketing. Has that topic come up yet, or any thoughts on that? Because that was very sad.
It has come up, even though we have not done a deep dive into it. Maybe I'll ask one of the upcoming shows to do a deep dive. But it's not just that they don't want to spend money. And I'm meaning just the general people out there. I don't have anybody specific, and I don't have a set of numbers. So don't think I'm talking to you if you're listening to this show. But in general, companies don't want to spend a lot of money, and they don't want to spend a lot of time. And it's almost as if, I've been around for a while. Like I said, I've done this 24 years, and I don't mind a little hard work. But it seems as though now everybody thinks that it should be instant. And things just aren't instant as, the TV world and the Twitter world makes it out to be. It takes time to build up your business, to build up your brand. And to pay somebody, a decent compensation for doing so is what needs to be done. So that's a difficult thing. And of course, everybody's looking to spend the least amount of money for the biggest return. And I think that's where the struggle is what is that balance? And I know that when I asked Jennifer had a percentage of your income that needs to be dedicated to marketing. Okay. Because you have to just keep doing it, and the percentages have to be substantial. It can't be, you're going to spend $100 and make 100,000.
Correct.
So I forget what the percentage is. I'll have to go back and listen to the notes on that show, but I will ask the others out there if they have percentages. But it's usually in the frame of, minimum of 5 to 10%.
Oh yeah.
Of your annual revenue that needs to go to marketing. And so most people, if they're making $500,000 and they're thinking, oh, I got to spend, $50,000 on marketing. Ouch.
Well, you do.
But if you want to grow, it takes money to make money, right?
Yeah. That's make that the final word. What's your URL? Where can people find these resources?
So the easiest place to go is podnutspro.com, and Podnuts is spelled with a Z. So PODNUTZPRO.com, and you'll find all of the back episodes for the show. And we might even be starting a blog soon, but everything is podnutspro.com.
All right. Well, the hardest working man over in Florida in the MSP community, sir, thank you. We'll see you next time.
We'll see you soon.